Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Andrew Snorton with Crave Community Solutions. And as you know, on the press and media end, we get a chance to cover some great people doing great things, whether it's arts and entertainment, government and politics, sports, community nonprofits. It's always great to have a conversation with people who are making things happen or who are making steps to make things happen. And today's talk is definitely going to be an eye opener. We get a chance to talk with a brilliant individual who is not only making steps to make things happen, but definitely is using her platform to help share info about others who are doing some really good things. So before we get into our talk, as a reminder, make sure to check us out on the web at asnortonccs.com. Make sure to add us on Facebook and YouTube at Crave Community Solutions LLC. And make sure to add us on Instagram and Twitter at asnortonccs. So as always, I always love to have our folks introduce themselves. So let the world know who you are and where you're based out of.
Hey everyone, I'm Naraya Towns. I'm based out of Atlanta, Georgia native, Georgia Peach.
Wow. So Naraya, before we get into some of the great things that you're in process on working on, give us a little bit of your background. Where in Georgia are you from? And just share a few of your moving parts, whether it's professional, community, things along those lines.
Well, I am based out of from Noonan, Georgia. I graduated high school in Noonan, grew up in Noonan, and I kind of moved further out closer to Atlanta for my job. A few things that I'm working on right now in process of, I am looking into the acting industry, voice acting, a little bit of music, and those are really those moving parts that I'm working towards right now.
Wow. So share with us voice acting and voiceovers. What is it about that industry that is really drawing your attention to be like, hey, this is something I want to do a little bit more research on, develop my skills, and go ahead and go full speed ahead?
Honestly, what draws me to it is I feel like my voice is very different and I have a lot of versatility within my voice. And I would love to be able to explore that through characters. Also, tagging along into acting, I find that I would love to just explore myself through characters. I love the fact of character development. I love being able to follow a story. And I really think that voice acting would be a great intro to that, so I can get a feel for it and see if I like that, if this is the place for me. Just really testing and trying out my interest.
And I'm glad you said that because it sounds like you're using voice acting as that initial step and then seeing, can this be a bridge for moving into acting or something related to that? Are you thinking down the road, whether it's stage or theater, television, or even just staying with, I guess, like animated work, voiceovers? Like, it sounds like you know that, quote, having command of your voice is so important. So walk through with us how important it is to you to find your voice, command your voice, and amplify your voice, especially as you're looking at going into these areas.
Well, let's see. It is important to me. Just it's just an interest that I would love to explore. I like being able to have the freedom to decide, hey, this is an interest I have. I want to test it out. I want to see if I can go further with this. And if I find that I truly enjoy it, I will just continue the ride, continue to go. I love honestly all platforms. So stage, I was in drama in high school, so I would love to do stage and really get out there. I had a lot of stage fright and a lot of shyness in the past. So now I've worked up to the point where I feel confident to go out there and show myself. And also too, television wouldn't be bad at all. I would love that. I would love to be able to show my face as a Black woman with albinism. And again, just back to the versatility, back to the freedom, back to exploring my interests.
Wow. And you said a lot right there. And one of the things that I gleaned from what you said, growing comfort and confidence in being in your own skin. And that's
Yeah.
not just acting. That's just life. If there's somebody out here who's watching this and who will eventually read this, who is feeling a lack of comfort in being who they are, whose they are, their own skin, what's one piece of wisdom or insight you'd like to share with them to help them on their journey?
Hmm. I would definitely say that being in your skin, just really taking that push, because when you are there, you're accepting yourself, no one is going to judge you because you're here for you. You're really in that moment. So I would really say that is a piece of wisdom that really helped me to make that transition to, hey, like, it's okay. I am accepted here. I belong here. I belong in this moment. This is for me. I think that's where I really gained that confidence because we all want it. We all want to feel like in the spotlight kind of. We all want to feel that confidence. So honestly, just allow it to happen. Accept it because when you accept yourself, no one else is going to question it, if that makes sense.
Wow, you know it actually does make sense because it's almost like something inside you has to just click. And when you find that click or connection, then it's like the sky's the limit. And it kind of makes sense with you walking through and sharing a little bit of insight on your journey. It kind of all makes sense with the voice acting and what have you. Those are things that are so voice driven. And now that you are showing that you have found yours, now you're looking at ways to not only amplify yours, but also based on whatever character or narrative or what have you, that you're helping amplify and share others' narratives. And on
Yes.
that point, I know there's somebody near and dear to you who is not only speaking into you, but you're speaking into him. So walk us through this individual and the work he's doing, and what's one thing about his drive and passion that helps feed you for your, drive and passion.
Okay, I would love to introduce my boyfriend, Tehran. He really feeds into me because he is actually pursuing his passion. He is an artist, he makes music, and seeing that and being along with him through his journey from start to finish, almost such as creating a song. I get to see it from start to finish, and that really motivates me to pursue my goals and dreams because he really creates. He also helps to push me to pursue what I want to do. He always reminds me to like make sure I'm living and enjoying life, do the things I want to do because I've worked hard for that and this is my time. And I've noticed that when I do pursue and go after the things I want, I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun, and having fun has been one of the most things that brings me success. As simple as that sounds, it's really been like when I'm enjoying my space, I'm really there, I'm really creating, I'm present, and it feels good. Yeah, so he is again working on his music, putting out what is it, tapes, EPs online like YouTube Music, and he's just really been here to help me and remind me to put myself first. Do it. Literally, just do it.
I tell you what, and all of us to varying degrees, we feed off of energy. And when people consistently speak into you, and they might not quote always understand every little moving part, but they understand that you're tapping into your gifts, your talents, your passion, that goes a long way. So whether it's that significant other or those key family members, friends, or sometimes just people you don't even know who just see, your presence and stuff.
It
And
really
one,
does.
yeah, yeah. And one thing that really jumped out at me, and this is something that I've heard whenever I've done sports interviews, the importance of having fun and enjoying what you do and enjoying those moments and building those moments to catapult you to what's next. So, I mean, you've got a great spirit, a great energy. You seemingly have clarity in your gifts, your talents, the research you're doing, the preparation you're doing, the understanding that this path could expand your path. And just speaking life into people. So as we get ready to wind down, and before we have you provide your preferred contact info, and we kind of touched base on it before, but I definitely want to reiterate this. If there's anything that people do not remember about this conversation and some of the other things that we talked about, what would you say would be one lasting takeaway that you want anybody, whether they're looking into going into voice acting or looking into going into acting or looking at, let's say, the creative arts, music, or, you know, painting or what have you? What's one universal takeaway or life lesson that you'd like to leave with people?
Hmm. I think the life lesson would be it's your life and enjoy it. Honestly, enjoy it. Whatever it is, enjoy it. This is our life. Anyone can do it. I honestly think that that is. Please take that away, if anything, from this video. Let me
Wow.
be an example of that.
Wow. I tell you what, Naraya, it's like wisdom comes in many ways, shapes, and forms. And you definitely dropped, some things for people to think about, regardless of where they're going or where they're pursuing. What would be the preferred ways for people to stay connected with you, as well as your significant other, regarding the work that he's doing in music?
Best contact would honestly be Instagram. My Instagram is Naraya and then X and my name spelled backwards, so Naraya Aaron. And for him, Instagram is PRS South God. Instagram is really versatile, so I always give that out first as a way to easily access us and keep in touch with us, see what we're up to next, because big things are definitely on the rise for sure.
Well, I tell you what, anytime people take time out of their schedule to sit down and talk with us, it's always an eye opener. We learn something new every day about all the people that we talk with and what have you. And like we said before, the article will be available on our website at acenortonccs.com. The video will be available on our YouTube at Creative Community Solutions LLC. Make sure to add us on Facebook, Creative Community Solutions LLC, as well as Instagram and Twitter at Ace Norton CCS. And for our viewers, readers, what have you, this is your first time getting connected with this really, I'll tell you what, this is a presence that you want to pay attention to, not only just regardless of the work that's on the horizon, but just some of the real deal life lessons that we're given. If this is the first time getting connected, don't let it be the last. We wish you guys best wishes and continued success with all your work on. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, all of you continue to take very good care. Look forward to seeing you real soon.
For sure. Thank you for having me. Truly, it's been a pleasure.
Likewise, thank you as well.